Hi everyone, my name is Matt Lorenz, and I'm here to talk to you today about numerous reasons about why adopting is a smart decision to make, especially when it comes to making a pet. When I'm talking about pets, I mean usually cats or dogs. I have three reasons that I tell people why you should adopt. One, it saves a pet's life. It gives an animal a second chance at life. Some of these animals have been abused. They've lived in really terrible living conditions, nutritioned, just so many different varieties of just negative environments that these animals have come from. And my second reasoning is you save money when you adopt. Usually you have to pay for the spay or neuter fees when you adopt, and that is usually sometimes an adoption fee involved. But it's not usually as much as you would for paying for a thoroughbred or any type of dog from maybe a pet store or something like that. And third, you get a healthy, loving pet. They're just as loving and healthy as any pet you would get at a pet store or a breeder, I should say. So that makes a huge difference. Just to let you know, 6.5 million animals enter U.S. animal shelters every year according to the ASPCA. Of those, there's 3.3 million dogs and 3.2 million cats. Approximately 1.5 million of those animals are euthanized each year. Those animals were just living, healthy, breathing animals that just wanted loving homes, that couldn't have one and couldn't find one. The numbers are just truly unbelievable. It really makes a really dent in my heart when I hear these numbers, because there's a lot of people out there that could use an animal or want an animal or go different routes when it comes to getting animals. But if you rescue an animal, I believe very highly that you're doing really something great. So as my experience with this is that when I was younger, probably about 10, 15 years ago, my dad and I helped rescue about 62 cats. Were the most we had in our house at one time, but there was probably about 200 actually altogether. They range from kittens to grown cats. We helped find them homes, spayed, neutered them, gave them their shots. Actually had a vet that would come over and help us with this because of the numerous amount of animals. And it just made me feel good to help find great homes for these animals, because we would interview the potential clients that would adopt the animals, and then we would go from there. So let's talk about Life Second Chance. When you adopt, there's about 3.2 million animals adopted every year. So that's a great number. And actually, I'm a person that adopts too. Nova. And I want to share my little story with you. Here, I have my adoption story. Her name is Nova. She was actually found inside of her mother, but giving birth, and the owner brought her to the middle of the animal shelter while in the process of giving birth, and unfortunately she was the only puppy that survived. But she was one that I rescued, and the adorable little thing. It's a mixed breed of a Chihuahua pug. But many people give up pets, but not a lot of people are adopting, and this is why animal shelters are getting overwhelmed with animals. And it's cute ones like that I just showed you. You know, could have been in a shelter if I hadn't chose to adopt her. So the number who adopt are just too small. The good news is that the number of animals that are getting euthanized are decreasing year over year. And also the good news is that means also more are getting adopted. So we're heading in the right direction. We just have to get more people on the adoption train, I guess I will call it. So now that I've talked about, the cats, giving them a second chance, let's talk about how it's a little bit better for them and you as well, because it costs less to get a cat or a dog from a shelter. Usually, like I said in the beginning, you have to pay the spay neuter fees, adoption fees, and that's it from the beginning. And then of course the startup, which you need food, supplies, cat litter, a leash, collar for a dog. It's just really the supplies that you need to start off with the animal without some outrageous adoption fees. When I was actually looking for my Chihuahua pug, little Miss Nova there, I was actually kind of looking at some other breeds as well, like a Dachshund, or there was some other breeds, I just can't remember the names of them right off the top of my head, but Some of them are around $1,200 for a puppy, and I was just amazed how much that cost. I couldn't believe it, to tell you the truth. Now that we've talked about the second chance in saving money, so let me come back to a third reason why I believe that you should adopt and why it's wise, is that pets really do help humans feel better. And by that I mean, scientists have shown spending time with pets has helped lower blood pressure and lower cholesterol. They give them a soothing feeling. It gives you a friend, a companion, someone that's waiting for you when you come home from that door every day. And I've actually adopted, two other cats as well. So I have two cats and a dog that I've adopted, and I love them to death. And I know that when I'm stressed or feeling times of need, that they're great company to have. And I think that the same can be for others as well. Another thing that helps both the animal and the animal owner is the fact that walking a dog, playing with the cats, playing outside. Some of these animals need physical, routines, and you have to work with those, especially dogs. Cats are a little bit more, I would say they're a little more to themselves and they have their own, but some cats have special needs and they need help getting to the point where they can lose weight too if they're obese. So having an animal does create exercise rhythms for the humans as well as the animals. So that also helps both through the process. Now, I have a cat that's climbing a tree here. And other things that have shown strengthen heart rate for humans and bone tissue as well by having a pet. So in summary, I would suggest that not only is it a second chance, you're really helping an animal get off the streets that could have been hurt. I have animals that come around my house and I nurture them and I feed them just as if they're my own. Unfortunately, I got a lot of friends outside, but it also means that I do have a soft heart and I can't help it. But having that second chance is really important to those animals. And the fact that it doesn't cost much, really it's just a startup fee for your animal, which you need to get them started, and also to pay for their spay, neuter fees, and things like that. Sometimes it's included, sometimes it's not. But I really advocate another thing as well, that animals are great for humans. They help us feel less stress. Like I said, they lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol, and with the exercise, it improves things such as bone tissue and your heart as well. So it can work out for both of them in the end. And I just really believe that we need to get out there and we need to make a difference. If you can't have an animal, maybe you can donate to a shelter. I donate every 2 weeks out of my paycheck $10 to a local community county animal shelter through my work. It's a benefit that I have, fortunately. Volunteer. If you can adopt, please try to adopt if you can, and just get involved. I'm very passionate about animals. I've been around animals since I was a little child. It's always been mostly cats, but dogs have been around as well. But I just really challenge you as an individual to get involved. I feel that they're just as loving and caring as humans, and sometimes even a little bit more, and they always respect you. And if you're not a cat lover, so be it. Get a dog. If you're not a dog lover, so be it. Get a cat. And maybe if you're not one of those, there's other animals out there that still need to be adopted that I didn't mention. But there's still others in the miscellaneous category, if we'll call it. So, Matt Lorenz, thanks again. I want to thank you all for being a great audience, and just leave it at this, that I challenge you to become better with the environment by helping animals find homes, not shelters, but forever homes where they can live their days out and be happy. And really, it's a great thing for both the human and not the parents, excuse me, but the animal and the human itself. It's a great relationship to have. Thank you so much.